Lincoln-Goldfinch joins us now. She's an immigration attorney and CEO of the Lincoln-Goldfinch law firm in Austin, Texas. Thank you for joining us on Scripps News Live. You know, the federal judge agreed with Texas and 8 other states which sued to end DACA. What does the ruling mean to so many children who came to this country illegally but have since grown into adults?
Sure. So this ruling is very frustrating for people who support the Dreamers and for the Dreamers themselves, obviously. The backstory is that when Obama announced the program, he did not follow the Administrative Procedures Act, meaning he didn't promulgate the rule using the notice and comment period. So when the states initially brought the lawsuit, it made its way up through the appellate chain and down, and the Biden administration, to correct the problem, reissued the rule. They repromulgated the rule using the notice and the comment period. Well, the state sued again and said, even though you've done that to correct the program, we still think that it's illegal. The Fifth Circuit remanded back to Judge Hanen, and Judge Hanen just yesterday said, you know what, you're right. Even though now we have followed the Administrative Procedures Act, I still don't like that advanced parole is available to these young people and that they may get government benefits. And therefore, I'm going to rule that the program remains illegal. And so now what we are is in the same limbo that we have been in, so that initial Dreamers, initial DACA applicants can't get their cases adjudicated. Renewals will continue to be approved. Advanced parole is in limbo. And we're going to likely see this case make its way back up through the Fifth Circuit and probably up to the Supreme Court, where the outcome is really uncertain given some of the changes that have occurred on the court.
Kate, you set me up just for that exact point that I wanted to make, because, you know, DACA has been to the Supreme Court twice before. It was in 2016. The court was deadlocked 4-4 over expanded versions for children and parents. And then in 2020, the high court ruled 5-4 that the Trump administration had ended the program improperly, allowing it to continue. You say, you know, the court's changed. Given that, what do you think happens now?
You know, ultimately, at the end of the day, what really needs to happen, of course, is that Congress does need to pass permanent legislation to protect the Dreamers. In the meantime, this program, the way that it was announced by President Biden and promulgated, is legal. And so my hope is that the Supreme Court would see it that way and that they would rule that the program can continue. In my personal opinion as a lawyer, there are holes in the Hanen decision. I don't think that simply because advanced parole might be available to some of these Dreamers that therefore means that the program is illegal. However, we'll just have to see, and perhaps in the meantime, we see Congress take action to grant some sort of permanent policy. But again, we're heading into a presidential election year where it's really unlikely to see Congress touch such a hot button issue like immigration.
Yeah, I mean, according to U.S. Citizen and Immigration Services, there were more than 575,000 people enrolled in DACA at the end of March, just to give a number here. What do they do now? Because we talk about Congress, we talk about the Supreme Court, the administration. What about these folks?
You know, I mean, unfortunately, this group of people is used to this limbo. It's really agonizing for them. I mean, you think about, these are young people who grew up in the United States, and what do young people do? They graduate from high school, they decide whether to go to college, they choose a career, they invest in education, they get married, they buy houses, they have children, they establish lives based on a promise of permanency. And none of the Dreamers have had that for many, many years now. So the limbo continues. Unfortunately, it probably will be until 2025. Even if the Supreme Court grants cert next year, they likely won't hear the case. We won't have a decision until 2025. So the existing Dreamers remain in limbo. And the groups of people who should qualify, who could qualify for initial, which could be upwards of 1.5 to 2 million young people, don't have the opportunity to get their cases decided. So it's really unfortunate. It's tragic. It harms all of us. This is not just about the Dreamers and their needs. They now, the Dreamers, work for companies who depend on them. And there are lots of people who would otherwise work jobs. These are skilled, U.S. educated, bright young people, and we're facing a labor shortage in the United States with our aging population in all sectors across all swaths of the skill spectrum. And this is a really unfortunate decision that is going to harm really all of us. And, you know, hopefully we will see perhaps one of the appellate courts making the right decision, but given the way, given who is on these courts, I think it's also likely we could see this program be ended at the end of the day.
Immigration attorney Kate Lincoln-Goldfinch, thank you so much for your time and your insight. Appreciate it.